Greetings from Scouse Farm. A little spring update on the winter garden, if that makes sense. The crocus, as I mentioned, have popped through and they are absolutely gorgeous, but the wind's knocked them a bit because it's very windy where my garden is, but they're still absolutely beautiful specimens. And you can see there we've got tulips popping up, and there was a big rose bush there I've got rid of, and there was a Christmas tree thing there. You can see the bottom of it. I've just cut it off, left the roots in the ground, and then all this grey looking stuff will become flowers as spring progresses into summer. And I'm just going to show you the compost, and I'm going to try the pause button again because every time I've tried it, it hasn't worked. There's a few more crocus there, and I've got some grasses that pop up here, architectural grasses. Got loads more crocus there in the background. A Hebe midnight sky, which is this. It's an evergreen all year round, and that gives good cover from the road there next to the pond. And the beautiful massive rhododendron. Wait till you see the flowers on these, on this I should say. And now the tree that was there has been cut down. There was a conifer there. It gets a lot more light, so it's going to get tall and beautiful. And the pond, a little update on the pond. I took the what's it called, the lily pads, the pond lily, out because it was way too big, and now the pond has just got a little bit of oxygenating plants in, a few of them, and there's some algae around the side that hopefully the pond snails will get working on, because there's quite a few pond snails in the pond. So now I've got rid of the water lily. Hopefully they'll start chewing through that and make it a bit clearer. But the fish are all good. I think you can see them there in the background. A little bit of a reflection. They've gone a bit deeper, but we've still got my shibukins and some goldfish in there. But I wanted to show you the main reason for the video was the compost. So the compost, which is my favourite part of gardening, in this EcoMax container, it's been sat all through winter. I've just filled one bucket, and I thought, well, I might as well film it and show you how quick it happens. So in these containers, this was, if you've not seen before on previous videos, have a look at the playlist on the video channel called Compost, and it'll show all of the compost going in here when it was grass, leaves, kitchen scraps and everything else. But just look how quick it rots down, and it's just loads of worms in there. You can see there. So for Tina up by work, look away now because I know you don't like worms, but there's loads of red wiggler worms, and it crumbles down really well. And that's still got a bit to go, some of it, but mixed in, it rots down really quick, and it can be used as it is there because it'll continue to rot down and become food for all the organisms in the soil in your garden. And it'll definitely help your plants grow if you just top dress your borders and your raised beds with this sort of level of compost. And I'm going to put that now in these buckets, and then I'll show you a few of the buckets when I'm finished. So hopefully if I press the pause button now, next time I press play it'll work, but the last few times it's not worked. So if the video ends here, you'll know why. I've messed it up again. So hopefully next time you hear my voice, there'll be not one but 3 buckets over there. We shall see. Did it work? Are you still there? I think I might have done it. That should be 3 now. Let's go and have a look. You can tell I'm out of breath a little bit, so I've definitely filled the buckets up. And this bed, this was a raised bed I made with a friend who gave me some timber that he uses, and he's a roofer, so we get scaffold boards and 6x2s and things like that. And I just replaced what was there with this and that. I'm not too sure what I think I'll put carrots there again, or carrots this year. I'm not going to grow tomatoes this year in the bed. I'll do it in a container out the back, so over there, so it gets a lot more sun. Even though the tomatoes did well here, we all had a terrible year for tomatoes because of the let's say unnatural clouds that reduced the amount of sunlight. And I just threw some leftover cloves of garlic in. They have sprouted, but they won't do that well here because they've been covered up mostly by this to stop the cats in the area using it as a toilet. And if you do live in a city and you make a bed and you put fresh soil in, just cover it up for a bit, because if there are any cats in the area, they will drop little presents in there for you. And the spring onions that I put in August, that's these. So this is a spring onion bed now, and lots of them have made it right through winter, so there's not a problem planting them out as seed in August, and then come spring they'll start being big enough to eat. Just pull a few of these little things out and just keep the weeds at bay, and you're laughing, you can see where you are. And as you just seen then, the compost, so this is not even a year old, and that is going to be used to plant potatoes, because I'm planting again potatoes in containers. And for those who are new to gardening or are a bit apprehensive about doing it, I'd always suggest just start with a container and grow potatoes, because they're very easy to grow and you get an instant reward from them. So I think it's a good thing to do if you're just new to gardening, to attempt to grow some potatoes. And I'm someone's delivering something here for some reason. I've not ordered anything, but DPD's turned up, so I'm gonna let you go there. And have yourselves a great day on Scouse Farm. We'll see you all again soon.